What's up, everyone? I'm Ann, the Sober Life Coach. I'm a coach, author, and I've been sober for the past 7 years. I'm also a trained recovery coach. This is your daily coaching lesson. Today's series is going to be all about cravings because I know those are the one of those things that holds a lot of people back and held me back for a long time. We're going to discuss kind of the neuroscience behind cravings, some tools and tips to get past them, and how we can implement those into our lives with some of these things that we're going to be talking about today. Cravings aren't who you are. They're just brain wiring, and you can rewire it. Cravings aren't who you are. Cravings aren't your identity. They're not in control of you. You can get past them. You can do this. You just have to know a few things about cravings, and that's what we're going to discuss in today's video and the other videos in this series. So, I remember thinking cravings meant I was weak, but science shows cravings are just a misfired survival signal, right? They're this misfired survival system, and my brain thought alcohol would equal reward, even though it was destroying me. I thought alcohol was the solution. I thought alcohol was the thing that's going to relieve these cravings. I thought alcohol was the only thing in my life that was going to be able to solve the problem that I had, but it was actually destroying me. And if you're feeling like that, you're not alone. A lot of people feel that like that in the very beginning of trying to live an alcohol-free life. So we're going to talk about some things that you should know about cravings today, just to make sure that we have some tools in our toolbox to get to where we want to go. And one of those things is a PIG, the pig, and this is from Smart Recovery. Meet the pig, right? The pig is problem of instant gratification. Your brain craves fast comfort, not long-term peace, right? Understanding this step is one step to taking control of your cravings. So the first thing that I would say is there is a problem with instant gratification. Once you start just gratifying everything in your life instantly and just giving into those cravings, it's not going to make it better. It actually makes it worse. And if you think of it as a pig that you're feeding, right? If you continue to feed the pig, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're not going to be able to control it. So what do we do instead of feed the pig? Well, we should really look at cravings as one of those things where we should try to have a solution, not just feed the pig. So kind of think about it like this. If you had a rash on your arm or your leg or something, right, and you scratch it and scratch it and scratch it and scratch it and scratch it, that wouldn't be an immediate solution, right? Because it's itchy. But what would happen? You'd get a scab, it wouldn't heal, you would have lots of problems with that thing, that rash in your life. But if you were able to and not only just put a solution onto that problem, maybe it was some lotion or some ointment, went to the doctor, what would happen? Well, you would put that solution on. It might take a little while, but it would actually heal it over time. That's the same thing with your cravings, right? If you feed the pig, if you just put an instant solution to it, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we often think that it's going to relieve our stress or anxiety, whatever you're looking for, a solution you're looking for. That may be temporarily, that may be for the moment, but it's not going to lead long term success, and it's not going to give you the long term solution you're looking for. So every time you see a craving, you should look at it as a pig that you don't want to feed it. You don't want to give in instantly. You want to have tools in place to get past. So a lot of people find that helpful. I did in the very beginning as well. And also something you need to know about your cravings are there's something called brain habit loops, right? So you have the cue or the trigger, you have the craving, the response, and the reward. This is kind of this habit loop that goes around and around and around. And every evening, your evening stress becomes the cue, the trigger. So whatever the trigger is, it could be evening stress, it could be after work, it could be a talk with your spouse, it could be, even sometimes it's looking for a reward. That could be the cue, or you're feeling like you need to celebrate or have a reward. I know for me, celebration was a huge trigger for me because I thought that alcohol meant having fun, and it was fun and exciting, and it was all these things that they tell you through marketing and all these things with alcohol. And I always thought that alcohol was fun and it was exciting, and so I always thought there was a reward for me. But I put better rewards in place in my life, and it's way better that way because your brain expects the reward of alcohol. Your brain expects the solution to be solved. Your brain expects that you're going to feed this pig and then it's just going to go away, but it's not going to happen because what happens is you feed that pig of the craving, or the pig as we call it, and then you continue to have that same feeling that the solution hasn't your problem hasn't been solved, and you continue drinking. So the loop is not unbreakable, but it's just something you should be aware of. So there's the trigger, the craving, the response, and the reward. And once you start becoming aware of these loops in your life and these habits in your life, you're able to change them a lot easier. So I thought I'd just explain that because that's part of cravings and how they work. There is something called riding the urge or surfing the urge, or where you you look at your cravings like as they come in waves, right? So your cravings are going to get really intense and they're going to kind of go away. They peak about 6 to 10 minutes and then they start fading, right? So the strategy here is surf the wave with breath work, water, or a quick walk instead of fighting it. We're not trying to fight our cravings. We're not trying to battle with them. We just got to put our solutions in place. And one of the best solutions I found was breath work. You always have your breath. If you don't have your breath, you're going to be, well, you're not going to be here for very long if you don't have your breath. So breath work is great. Pause, take a few breaths, disrupt that habit loop that's going on, and just kind of live with it, be with those cravings. And you can ask yourself after that, what am I actually needing, right? What is this craving actually telling me? It's a signal, right? It's not a command, it's a signal. So what am I actually looking for? Well, and then we can just start asking those questions and start reframing them, right? Well, if I think it's going to relieve my stress, is it really in the long term? Let's look ahead. Let's use the horizon technique, right? Or play the tape forward. What's it going to look like if I have a drink right now? Well, it's going to look like this, and this. These are the consequences. Okay, what's it going to look like if I don't have a drink right now? It's going to look like this, and this. Great. Now we know where we're going, and then we can start reframing it. Well, if it doesn't relieve my stress, what's it going to do? It's going to make my stress more. I'm going to make me more stressed out. And then let's execute on a plan, right? Let's execute on something where after the craving subsides, you can kind of sit with it, feel it. Where in your body are you feeling it? Take those breath works, that 4x4 breathing, that kind of thing, and then execute on a plan. You can have a meaningful observing project that you're going to do. You can have connection if that's what you're seeking. All these things can be put into place after you ride through that craving. So your cravings aren't actually in control of you. They are a command, or they're not a command. They're a cue, right? So it's just a signal that you need something in your life, and you found that alcohol was a solution to that need. So here we go with the dare to be sober, dare to be sober method. That so we can kind of break this cycle of cravings. So we're just going to disrupt, like I said, take that 4x4 breathing. That is it, four in, four out, and then ask yourself, what triggered this urge? What am I actually needing right now? What is the actual need that I have? Is it stress? Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? What am I actually needing, and what triggered it? Right? Was it a person? Was it a place? Was it a thing? Was it something, an event? What actually triggered that? Because the more that we can find out what our triggers are and what we're actually needing underneath alcohol, then we're going to be able to get to where we want to go. And then let's reframe it. Relief now or pain later. That's where the horizon technique comes in. Do I want this momentary relief and then actually have more stress, more anxiety, more guilt, more shame later? Well, probably not, right? But what do I want, right? What do I want later? Well, I want to have a sober morning. I want to have connection with my kids. I want to have all these great things. And I can't have those if I drink right now, right? So those kinds of things, looking forward, playing the tape forward, not only the negative tape, but also looking on the horizon of the next day. What's your sober morning going to look like? And all those things. Write those things down. Think about those things because those are the things that are going to drive you forward and get you to where you want to go. And also reframe alcohol as not being the solution. Alcohol, I always thought alcohol relieved my anxiety, but it actually made my anxiety worse. I just thought alcohol was going to relieve my stress, but it actually left me more stressed out the next day. So those kinds of things. And another great book to read is Alcohol Explained by William Porter. If you have not picked that book up, to pick it up, read it. And it explains a lot about the science around alcohol, what it's actually doing to your brain, and helps you uncover that, hey, alcohol actually isn't helping me at all. It's actually the problem in my life. It's a really great book and an eye opener. And let's execute on a replacement action, like I said. So you can have a cold shower, you can do some box breathing, you can do some push-ups or stretch. You could text someone who gets it. You could have something called a meaningful absorbing project, something meaningful to you, something absorbing, something that's a project, that's ongoing. Those kinds of things. You connect with your family, your wife, your kids. Those kinds of things are the things you want to execute on at the very beginning. And a lot of people just clean their house as a project, right? Pick a room, clean it. That kind of distracts you in the moment, and it gives you a project. And then just pick it a project. Like I'm going to clean this room, then that room, then this room, and that room. And it helps you get your house clean. It helps you clean out the clutter. It helps you take other things out of your environment. It's a great way to get through the first couple weeks living alcohol free. Your brain craves routine, and we can replace the loops with these also. So this is what I call the six sober habits as well. So there's journaling, there's mindfulness, there's connection, there's exercise, there's learning, like reading and growing. Like I said, William Porter's book is great. You can read my book as well, Dare to Be Sober. You can find that on Amazon. Whatever you want to read, that's going to be great too. And then you can have your meaningful absorbing project as well. So there's kind of six things that I recommend that people do when I work with them, and you can do those too. So journaling, have a sober journal, track your wins, track your triggers, all those things. The journal is great. It could be digital or paper, it doesn't really matter. Mindfulness, connection, exercise, learning, and a meaningful observing project. So those are kind of the six things that I would suggest people think about putting into their lives. And then today's mission, disrupt your next craving with the 4x4 breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, and that's going to put your brain in rest and digest instead of fight or flight mode. So that's really awesome. Then you can ask yourself, what triggered this urge, right? What am I actually needing? What is underneath that? And if it's stress or anxiety, is that actually true? Is it actually going to relieve my stress long term? No. Then look ahead and use the horizon technique, right? What's ahead if I have a drink right now? Well, if I have a drink right now, I can have this, and this consequence. Okay, and then pull it back. Well, if I don't have a drink, what's going to happen? Well, tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to have this amazing morning and all these things, right? Write those things down in your sober journal because that's going to be really helpful too. And then you can reframe it, right? Relief now, pain later, right? I'm just getting temporary relief. I'm going to have pain later, those kinds of things. And the horizon technique can help you reframe that as well. And also, if it doesn't relieve your stress, what does it do? Well, it's going to make me more stressed out. If it doesn't relieve my anxiety, what does it do? It's going to make me more anxious in the morning, right? And those kinds of things. And then execute on your replacement action plan. Is it journaling? Is it connection? Is it mindfulness? Is it learning and growing? Is it having that meaningful absorbing project? Which one of these six sober habits are you going to put in place so that you can take this to the next level and not actually have alcohol in your life and replace it with something? So the horizon vision today is ask yourself, do I want regret tonight or clarity tomorrow morning, right? Start with one win, your next sober morning. Look at the next sober morning and think about it. That's going to be your win, right? If you haven't had a day sober yet, look to tomorrow and be like, tomorrow I'm going to wake up. I might not be the clearest because, alcohol takes a little while to get out of my system, about 7 days to completely get out of your system, but it's going to be one of those things where you're going to be proud of. I remember I always thought it was going to be these huge epiphany moments, right, when I was sober, but it was just waking up sober for the first time. It was one of those things where I'm like, wow, I actually did this. And I felt a little crappy still because alcohol was still kind of running through my system, but I was proud of myself. And that's one thing that you should be proud of yourself too. And just work on that and start building that and start becoming that sober version of yourself. Start having those clear sober mornings. And those are going to be really great too. So I also have a free sober reset journal with strategies and tools in it as well. If you guys want that PDF, you can just contact me at Aaron Osberg at soberand6.com. Or if you're seeing this on Facebook, you can just DM me or comment the word reset and I will send it to you completely free. So that's going to be really helpful for you guys too. So when in doubt, dare, right? Disrupt, ask, reframe, and execute. Print that post it, use it. It's going to help you guys get to where you want to go for sure. And thank you so much for letting me be your coachy guide today. Life is so much better on the sober side. I do have some coaching spots open. I have a few open in September still. So if you want to jump on that, we can go through this one-on-one to get personalized support. Sober strategy call is the first step. And on that call, you get some clarity. I'll give you a 30-day plan to kind of get you to where you want to go, get started. And if working together with me for a good fit, and that'd be awesome too. We can start the process of that. Or if not, you're going to still leave with clarity and a plan to move forward. So that's something you're interested in. You can always visit www.soberand6.com/coaching, or you can get a hold. I'll leave the link in the email that I'm going to send out, and also on the Facebook video in the guide section. So, anyways, guys, have such a meaningful day. I hope this helped. If it did, please leave a comment. I love to hear you guys' stories. You can also email me, and my inbox is always open at Aaron Osberg at soberand6.com. You can email me there, and I'll get back to you when I can. Thanks, guys, so much. I'll see you guys in the next video in this Craving series.